South Africa win. It's huge. This guy can strike it. Oh, he's done it! That man has done it. This is a fairy tale. What a performance. Oh, I love you.
Welcome to SuperSport, Robbie.
For the official
Just right.
Proteas World Cup cricket announcement.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
There's a boldness in that. So good to see.
I'd like to see them back themselves when the pressure's on to really, stamp their authority on the World Cup.
Hashtag no extras. There's so much at stake. And then please, guys, you must redeem South Africa. We've got a good team that can beat any other countries. Now, this is a time for us to bring the cup to South Africa.
Well, every cricketer's dream is to follow in the footsteps of their heroes that have represented South Africa at the greatest cricket showpiece, the ICC Cricket World Cup. With 42 days to the start of the 12th World Cup, today is the first step towards England and Wales for the Standard Bank Proteas squad. And Cricket South Africa would like to welcome you to the official announcement of South Africa's World Cup 15. A special welcome to the media as well as the official Proteas supporters, guests who are with us for this live broadcast, and of course for everybody and every fan watching at home as well as on Facebook with that live stream hashtag Protea Fire. But here to facilitate that big reveal, I'd like to introduce you to Cricket South Africa President Chris Nenzani, Cricket South Africa CEO Thabang Morwe, and convener of selectors Linda Sondi. I think all three will readily admit to having some sleepless nights over the last few months with that hefty responsibility of choosing a balanced side and squad with the potential to excel. Now, South Africa, they start off the tournament, of course, with a bang. It is the tournament opener. They'll be taking on England for the very first match of this ICC World Cup. And with the format of this Cricket World Cup, it allows every team to face off against each other, and the Proteas will play 9 matches before the semi-finals, and ultimately the champion of the ICC World Cup will be revealed and announced and crowned on the 14th of July at Lord's. And SuperSport will be bringing you exclusive coverage of every single match at the ICC World Cup, and we'll be following the Proteas with 4 specific shows that will be live. One of those is Inside Edge, which you are very, very familiar with. We'll also have an Inside Show, which is the greats of the game that will be reflecting on the ICC World Cup. We have a preview show which will take place, that is just before South Africa's matches during this World Cup. And we'll also give you a sense of what life is like for the Proteas and for fans in England and Wales in our lifestyle show. I'm pretty excited about the entire tournament and what SuperSport will be offering.
Many have fallen in their pursuit of greatness.
22 runs off this one more. That's out. She's got it. I don't believe it. That's unbelievable. South Africa left arm didn't run. I cannot believe it. Greggy, I don't know about that with this.
But a new generation of heroes are ready for the fight.
Oh, nice shots. Oh, what a delivery. Bang out the ground. This is brilliant stuff. Has he got it? Yes, he has.
As always, SuperSport will bring you every delivery, catch and run of the 2019 World Cup live on multiple platforms. We'll dissect the games, go behind the scenes and keep you up to date on everything World Cup. Legends of the past have had their time. Who will taste glory in 2019? The ICC Cricket World Cup begins 30th of May on SuperSport. Your world of champions.
We've been counting down not only to the ICC World Cup, but to this particular day. Who will that World Cup 15 squad be? Well, let's just catch up with our esteemed panel. Thabang Morwe, we will start with you. Just as far as the thinking that goes behind this type of process, can you give us a sense of what you've been going through over the last few weeks?
Well, it's been pretty interesting times for us, as my president would always say. You know, we have the entire nation anxiously waiting to see who are the 15 guys that will be representing the country at this coming World Cup. So needless to say that there's been pressure from, you know, family as well as friends to, you know, leak a few names and, you know, give us a few hints here and there who might be making it and who might not be. You know, I'd also like to take this moment to thank the work that Linda and his team has done in, you know, pulling us up to this far. You know, and after he's announced the 15-man squad, I'm sure we'll have to leave the rest to, you know, him as the convener together with the coach and the captain, obviously, to sort of now work towards pulling us across the finish line. You know, I'd like to think that we've been very close before. So we feel very confident about this current World Cup, and we think we have a very good chance. So pretty nervous moments for us.
And President, just thinking about the criteria that you kept at the forefront of your mind, what is the caliber of players, and also as far as their mindset and personality goes, what were you looking for? What were you hoping for?
We're looking for players who are prepared to die on the field for their country. We're looking for quality, we're looking for integrity. And also we're looking for players who are prepared to entertain the country. In as much as we're going to a World Cup with a desire to win, but at the same time, let's win through entertainment, let's entertain our fans, so that as a team that has such a vast following, we are able to say we play for them, and we're able to deliver on their wishes and aspirations.
And how close are you to that, Linda?
Yeah,
are you happy?
We're very close. I think we are confident with the team that you have picked, and I think the president will be happy and the country as well.
Okay, we're going to get to that reveal in a few moments' time, but first up, we need to know what the Proteas are going to be dressed for success in. Well, in association with New Balance, the Proteas have a brand new World Cup kit, and it's our privilege to reveal it to you. This is what the brand new kit for the Proteas looks like for the ICC World Cup.
Today is the day I lead them to greatness.
Today I promise to be better than before.
On this day, I turn down the noise and turn up the brilliance.
Today, nothing will stop me from getting the job done.
Today is the day I stand in front of the world and show it who I am.
Because although we come from different yesterdays,
and walk towards our own tomorrows.
Now that is superbly played. Wonderful stroke.
Today is the moment we seize the opportunity.
Take them back to where our hearts.
Outstanding. Absolutely brilliant.
As one.
This is it. This is what Faf du Plessis and the rest of the Proteas will be donning at the ICC World Cup. And what New Balance has done, they've taken inspiration from previous World Cups and have done well in not only respecting the past, but also representing this current crop of Protea players that we have. So Bang, just on this design for this Cricket World Cup kit, how happy are you with what it embodies?
Pretty happy with what the kit embodies. As you've just said, it's inspired by the previous World Cups. You know, those who remember the 1992 World Cup will see the look and feel of it. So we really, you know, going back as far as 1992 and taking our previous performances, the memories, you know, the tears, the happiness, and the efforts that have gone into us representing the country in all these previous World Cups, and essentially combining it into one and bringing it into this current World Cup.
Well, it is very different. It's a very different Proteas kit, but it is made of a fabric that will keep the Proteas cool under pressure. At least that's what New Balance says. What of the Worn as One campaign? What's your message to fans out there who will be donning this throughout the 7 weeks?
Yeah, I'd like to encourage all our fans to go out there to the New Balance stores nationally and get themselves a jersey, really behind our boys. We need to wear this jersey as one. We are one nation, we are one people. And when the boys are on the field, they'll be representing all of us, irrespective of which corners of the country we come from.
Well, just to let fans know that the jersey and the kit is officially available from tomorrow, and you can also go to New Balance online store if you would like to grab hold of that as soon as possible. We're going to make the next few months all about the Proteas and all about that kit, so look forward to seeing you in it. I already have mine, so I've already been testing it out myself. Now, what about the World Cup? It definitely has the ability to bring out the best in players, whether it's an unbreakable team spirit or records that have fallen, like at the SCG in 2015. I've got great memories of that particular match, which was also one of the highest winning margins in the history of the ICC World Cup. Or it could be 6 sixes in 1 over. The potential for South Africa's talented group of players at this year's World Cup is yet to be scripted. But who will those key players be? Well, let's hear from Captain Faf du Plessis, first of all, to find out the spirit that they'll be playing with.
This is our moment in the sun. We've come a long way since the beginning. We've changed for the better. For us, it's more than respecting each other, it's about understanding each other, seeing the world through each other's eyes. We will always try new things. We won't always get it right, but we will always try. We are all different, but it's our diversity that is our most powerful strength. Each one of us gets the chance to bring something different. Our passion can rewrite our story. Our purpose is bigger than cricket. It's our responsibility to leave our country in a better place. The world needs to see what South Africa can be when we are one.
Once every 4 years, the world gathers for what we call the ICC Cricket World Cup. We have done so in the past as South Africa. We have had excruciating moments. And we're always hopeful that when we send our team to the World Cup, we're sending the best of what we have. And we're sending players that are prepared well enough. We're sending players that are going to go there to represent the nation at large. And we're sending players who appreciate that opportunity, who are leaving behind a nation that is united behind this one team that represents all of us. And if you look at the evolution of history of the ICC Cricket World Cup and our participation in it ever since the days of post-isolation, we have competed as a nation. We have been there not to add numbers. And we're quite confident that the team that we're going to be announcing today is able to make us proud as a nation. As I said initially, that we require players who are prepared to die on the field, players who are going to entertain us, players who are going to be able to go there to say, we carry the aspirations of our nation. And today is not a day for speeches. Today is a day to reveal the most important team of this moment. The team that is going to represent South Africa at the ICC Cricket World Cup in England and Wales. And this team, I'm going to bring it to you, South Africa, in no particular order. This is a team that is going to represent this country. Therefore, South Africa, this is your team. This is the team we're taking to the World Cup. I hope I'm not too fast. South Africa, this is your team. Support it. Pray for it. Inspire this team, and also be inspired by this team. Thank you very much, Christelle.
Thank you very much, President Nenzani. There you have it, South Africa. That is your World Cup 15. Faf du Plessis will captain JP Duminy, David Miller, Dale Steyn, Andile Peshtekwayo, Imran Tahir, Kagiso Rabada, Dwayne Pretorius, Quinton de Kock, Andrich Nokia, Lungi Ngidi, Aidan Markram, Rassie van der Dussen, Hashem Amla, and Tabraiz Shamsi. Congratulations to every single player selected, and the country will definitely be behind you. Now, South Africa has been at every World Cup since 1992, and they are 4-time semi-finalists, but this will be the Proteas' 8th World Cup. So let's talk about expectation, and I'd like to welcome convener of selectors Linda Zondi to come to the podium to just divulge that. But first, let's find out what fuels the Proteas this ICC World Cup through the eyes of Andile Peshtekwayo.
Sometimes the doubt creeps in. The nerves get going and the adrenaline takes over. But the one constant remains: belief. That is what makes us come alive. We can't ever script the ending, but the feeling alone makes it all worthwhile.
Thank you very much to everyone who's coming today. I think from us, from the selection panel, it's been a 16-month journey in trying to make sure that we select a team that we're all going to be proud of as a country. We started calling it a Vision 2019, and today it's the last day. So for us, we definitely try by all means to look at the different combinations, and also try also to make sure that we've got youth and also we've got experience. When you look at this side, 3 of the players played in the under-19 World Cup some few years ago, and they are part and parcel of this side. We've also tried to make sure that when you look at the combination of the squad, we've got about 7 players who've been there to previous World Cup, the last one, and 8 guys who I knew. That symbolized the strength of our franchise cricket. It also symbolized that the pipeline and what we as Cricket South Africa has done over the years. When you look at this team that we're going to send to the World Cup compared to 2015, it's a different side. Like I said, we've mixed both youth and experience. It's a team that represents the country. It's a team that will make sure that the players that we have and we have selected, they are winners in their own right. I think it was vital for us to make sure that when you look at the combination, we've got, as you have noticed, we've got 2 wrist spinners that we have selected. We've got 2 all-rounders that we have. We've got some quick bowlers that we've put into the side as well. And also, everyone else has been in our case in terms of not having an extra backup keeper. And I think we felt that as a panel, it's important that when you look at the batting side that we have, and also the bowlers that we have, some of the keepers that we are looking at, when you look at their performance, they weren't quite there in terms of looking at our bowling backup and our batters that we currently have. Hence, we went with the guy, David Miller. You saw that in the last Sri Lanka series. We gave David Miller gloves just to make sure that if anything happens to Quinton de Kock within the World Cup, and then Miller can just fit in and play that role. Yes, we understand that it takes 1 catch to drop 1 catch that you can lose the World Cup. But I think for us, it's important that when you look at the structure of the side, we felt that probably to have an extra seam and extra batter, it will definitely will strengthen the combination of our team. And then if anything happens, then definitely we'll call on a backup keeper. So for us, we are very much excited with the squad, and we are very confident in terms of going to this World Cup, and the guys are going to do as well. When Cricket South Africa appointed Otis Gibson, I think I really want to touch on this. When Cricket South Africa appointed Otis Gibson, he came with his own philosophy, and I think part of his philosophy was playing confident cricket, of which for years as a South African we were playing a conservative cricket. So it was very important for us as a panel to make sure that you can't then take a team whereby everyone else from 1 to 6, they're going to play very confident cricket and attacking cricket. So you will need some sort of experience just to make sure that you gel the two. So I think that is what is important when you're looking at the combination of the side and the players that we have picked. So I think for us, that's why we are very confident looking at his philosophy and the kind of player that we have picked, the kind of player that we've had within our country, in making sure that with the players that we pick, they are winners in their own right. They've done well in our franchise. And some of them, they've done well even in the Mzansi League, as you can see. And Nokia is a guy that we followed for a very long time. But he did very well in Mzansi, which goes to show the importance of the Mzansi League, and how then we're gonna continue picking up players. So for us, we are very happy and we're excited in terms of the combination of our squad.
Thank you very much, Linda. And let's just recap as to when you'll be able to see these players in action at the ICC World Cup. These are your fixtures. South Africa start off their tournament, of course, against England, and their first 2 matches are at the Oval in London. So they'll be rather settled before they move on to Southampton, and then they'll be headed to Cardiff, Birmingham. They spend some time also in Manchester, and we'll be showing you every single match live on your World of Champions. Well, let's just get one more word from our panel as to what fans can expect from the Proteas between now and that World Cup. How do you make sure, with everybody a bit scattered currently, that they are tournament ready, Linda?
I think it's important that we continue looking at our players. We still got our fixtures that are playing our T20. Most of our guys are also in IPL. And then I think the team is going to be meeting up on the 12th for a camp, which is going to lead up until the team then departs to the World Cup. I think there's a sense of on the 18th, somewhere there. For us is that currently the guys are really doing well in terms of look at their performance in the IPL. So I think we are very happy to look at where all our players currently in terms of just to monitor them. So we're okay.
So a few players had some niggles in the previous series. What is that injury status currently?
I think I will definitely leave that to the medical team. I think we'll touch on that later. But I think from the selection panel, we weren't going to pick a player that we felt that is not going to be ready before the team departs. So we are very much happy in terms of progress and their rehab. And also, it's important for us that these players, we show confidence, because some of them, yes, they were injured, but I think the rehab and our medical team, I think they're working on it in terms of where they are before we depart.
And our President and CEO, what is your final wishes to this Proteas squad that's going to fly South Africa's flag high?
I think my final wish would be for each and every South African out there to really behind the team, you know, in its entirety, the boys, the management and the selectors. It's not going to be an easy journey for them. But, you know, if we all are rallying behind them and we're all supporting them as one, we make the job a little bit more easier for them. So I would like to encourage everybody to just get behind the team and support them wholeheartedly.
As South Africans, we love our sport. And for us, sport as a nation is very important because it brings us together. And also sport has a cathartic value in each and every nation. And at this point in time, our nation needs more reasons to feel good. This team is going to make us feel good.
Well, with positive intentions set, we wish the Proteas the best fortune at the World Cup. Thank you so much for joining us for this official announcement of the Proteas World Cup 15 as that countdown to the UK continues.
Nicely fitted, right?
Touch up, because I won't let you.